Como talez-vous, everyone? Happy Monday. Steve didn't send in a video for me to play this week, so unfortunately, I don't have shit. So you're starting out with good old GJL, and the Finger Guns crew. So without further ado, let me bring them on. So we have Denzel and Amelia. How are you guys doing today?
I'm nervous, is what I am, Gordon. A
Yeah,
little nervous. I'm a little
I'm not,
nervous. I'll tell you that
I gotta,
much.
s- I gotta say I'm also nervous as well. Once I read the email of that you were back, Gordon, and that we had really no idea exactly what's happening today. So at this point, we're just waiting in anticipation.
Yes. And guess what? Ding, 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 ring the bell. I have great news.
Mm.
Steve asked me for another month's amount of rent. So you're going to be seeing this face a little bit more. And that is fantastic. Um, but,
There's some
but,
words I would use. I wouldn't say they're synonymous with fantastic, but sure.
rude, but forgiven. Because
Truthful.
you know what, guys? I don't know if you could tell from the background, but and also I don't know if you guys have calendars, but it's Valentine's Day season. Did you guys know that? Did you
It's
guys
only
know
January.
that? It's Valentine's season.
I don't know. Mentally, I'm still stuck in March 2020, and I'm just kind of waiting around.
Well, guess what? It'll be March 2021 in a couple months, but it is Valentine's season, and Steve said for the next 2 weeks, he doesn't have any ideas. So he was like, do whatever you want. And what that means to me is that I get to workshop. Can you guys drum roll for me real quick?
No, absolutely not.
Fine.
My arms are broken.
I'm so sorry for that. And we'll talk about
Yeah.
that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we are workshopping my book. But my
You can
book,
write?
I do write. I do write, Denzel.
No,
I
no,
do
no, not
write.
like do write. I mean like you can write. Like you have the ability to. I didn't know that. I
Yes,
wasn't aware of that.
I am a writer. I am an aspiring writer. Um,
Ah,
I've
okay,
done a
okay.
lot of fanfics.
Got it.
Like I did a
Mm.
fanfic of Naruto, where
Mm.
like now I don't want to get into that. I've also
Now, I
done
Thank
really
you.
want to know exactly which. I'm sorry, we're gonna get into it just a little bit. I really want to know,
okay.
like, what was your character comfort? What was like your comfort character to write about?
My comfort character,
Yeah, your comfort character to write about.
like one that I write about when I want comfort.
Well, yeah, exactly, exactly what I was trying to ask.
It just depends on my mood. If I want to write
Mm.
something where there's a hero, I'll write about like Naruto. But if I want something
Mm.
a little bit more sensual, I'll write about I don't know, like Naruto. But
Yeah.
today's not about my Naruto fanfics.
Hey,
Today I'm coming in with my very own
uh-huh.
story.
Yeah, Gordon, just really quick, do you ever write about like kidnapping stories or do you ever like use the Marvel comic book characters Hawk and actually they're not Marvel, they're DC. That was a tragic mistake on my part, but DC characters Hawk and Dove, specifically Hawk saving anyone Like, do you ever like write fan fiction about that, or
Very good. Very good
I've
question.
written fanfic where Hawk gets his wee cut off and doesn't hook up with Beatrice Black, but um, that's not that's neither
I don't
here or
think I've.
there.
Wow,
Also,
this is good. Okay.
my online fanfic name is anonymous, so don't even bother. And if I talk too much about certain stories, you'll know who I am, and I don't want my identity out there like that. I want them
Mm.
separated because I'm coming out with a create your own adventure novel. And you guys are going to workshop it with me today. You guys excited?
At any point in the adventure, do we get kidnapped?
This is a good
Oh,
question. Yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I got nothing better to do, so why not waste time doing this? Let's go.
I got a
Yes.
whole
Let's
little bit
go.
to finish, so
You know what? Yeah, and you know what? Because it is a love story. I have my red wine, which is the most romantic of the wines. Um, and I will also give you guys certain rules. Like, well, basically, there's only one rule, and that one rule is that you get to reverse decisions 6 times. So you can
Okay.
change your destiny in this story 6 times. So hopefully you guys choose when to reverse your situations at the right times and not at the wrong times. All
Hey,
right.
random question that has
Yeah.
nothing to do with this, and I'd rather ask Amelia. I guess you can answer, Gordon. What do you think was responsible for more bad decisions, tequila or wine?
ooh,
Ooh.
ooh. I think it depends on the consumption at this point already. If there was already
Gotcha.
like one more glass of wine, then
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where the bad decision comes from. If there was just like
Gotcha.
the one shot tequila, I think you still have some
Mm.
wiggle room.
All
I
right,
think
great thing.
tequila
Hey,
because
Gordon,
red
let's go ahead
wine
and
makes
start the
you
game.
sleepy. I'm
All
sorry?
right, let's go ahead and start the your book, whatever
Okay.
nonsense you pretending that you can write. Let's go.
Rude. Okay.
Truthful.
So I don't have a title for this yet. But let's
Great
start it off.
start.
So it is the location is Seattle, Washington. You are a 20-year-old sophomore student second year student in Seattle University or Washington University of Seattle. So you have been enjoying your first 2 years of university and you are wide-eyed and ready for the world. But here comes a point where you have to make a decision. You see, you are undeclared because you're so wide-eyed. You haven't had you haven't known what you wanted to do for the rest of your lives as a career. There's so many things that interest you, and you have influences. Your mother is telling you maybe you should consider something that is stable, but then your father's like, what if you think you have to think about your passions. You know, your passion is going to make the work that you do not feel like work. And you go to these parties, right? And you're having a good time and you're asking these people around what kind of majors that they have and what kind of majors, make the most money or are at least the most fun. But ultimately, you come down to two majors. And so here is where we have our choice making time. Okay, so you're at this fork in the road. You have your major declaring form in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
In your head, there are two decisions. The first decision, something stable. You're going to go into the accounting major so that you can be a CPA. Or the other one in your head, because you like to draw in your free time and you also like the history of art, that you decide that you want to go into art history so that you can be a museum curator for art. Here's your choice, guys, and you guys have to make it together. Do you guys go for the stable life of an accountant, or do you go for the wild, very fun, and very liberal life of an art history major?
Hmm. Hmm.
Part of me wants to do the art, Amelia, only because I'm just having a very like vivid flashback to watching Fairly Odd Parents, and I'm remembering like were they like the pixies or not the fairies? Because the fairies were all cool and whatnot, but those weird
Yeah.
little like G-men basically that were all
Yeah.
uniform in their outfits, and that just
Uh-huh.
screams the accountant and CPA thing. And I didn't like them when that cartoon was on. I missed the fairies. I didn't like what they did to the world. But it's up to
Yeah.
you.
No, I like that reasoning better than mine, which was one of my old boyfriends decided to give up their passion, their liberal passion for music, and head the accounting route. And I kind of learned that as something what not to do. So I like your choice better. So definitely head for that museum curator position.
Very good. So,
The
you,
Louvre, here we come.
The
yeah.
Louvre.
So we decided,
Callback.
or you decided, you write art history.
Wait, right? We're
You write
writing it?
your art history
Oh,
major
okay. Got
in
it.
your major declaration form. Now, in this world, you're taking your courses and you're loving it. You're loving learning more about art history, the history of art. You're in your third year and you get an offer for an internship.
Hmm.
Now, once again, my friends, it is a choice making time. We don't know where this internship is, but one of your professors tells you you're one of the best students and you have the most potential. Do you want to take this internship? You don't have to, but if you do, it's going to make you have to put in way more work than you're used to, and you might start you might start failing your classes because of it, because it's going to ask for so much of your time. Not only that, but it's not in museum curating. It is just working with an artist. Now, do you take this internship, or do you go, I'm not ready yet, and I know that there's going to be more internships that come up in the future, so I will gladly wait? What is your decision? Take the internship or don't?
Can we ask a question?
Yes.
Do we know who the artist is?
No.
Mm.
Can we ask another question?
Yes.
Is the artist like a painter or a sculptor, or is it like a musician artist?
It is a painter.
Painter.
Maybe I should have wrote more in between here of
You keep
internship.
saying, you keep making like references to you writing things, and we know you didn't. So Amelia, what say ye?
Um, well, I grew up with a mother who never wanted to have her time wasted, and that
Mm,
toxically went down to my traits as an adult. So I
mhm.
definitely feel like my time would be wasted if I worked in something. Do we get paid for this? Would we have gotten
Nice.
paid?
Oh yeah,
You
that's a good
don't. You
question.
get paid in college credit.
Mm. And if a
Will it
third
allow
year,
us to graduate faster?
ooh, that's a good question.
It takes place of an elective that you would have to take anyway. With it would just be instead of doing another art history elective, you're just doing an internship.
Hmm. As much as I like have always hated school, I also just don't like. Were you against the internship, Amelia? Were you against it? Because you didn't get to finish. I do apologize.
No, you're good. I think I was against it. Yeah.
Okay, because I hate school, but also it's like, what if this painter's a dick? Is he a good painter?
Mm.
Like, is he a?
He has been said. It's been said that this painter is like the next Van Gogh. He
Would
Oh
he
god.
consider himself the Kanye West of painters?
he is
Ooh, good question.
revolutionary. He
Oh yeah,
is
no to the internship. I'm with Amelia. I don't want to deal with anyone who thinks they're the Kanye West of anything. The fuck out of my
okay.
face.
Very well. So you tell your professor. Oh, let me take off. The choice has been made. You don't, or you turn down the internship. Well,
Hmm.
your professor is a little disappointed, but he understands. Education is important to you. Well, let's flash forward a year. Unfortunately, no internships pop up, but that's okay because you have worked in your studies a lot and you are at the top of your class. You are summa cum laude um, in your field. So you were the second best or so. This brings up a very prestigious offer for you to work with a firm to uh, to work as a museum curator, uh, apprentice at least. So you start working at this firm, and you're going to different museums around Seattle, which is rich in art culture. By the way, if you guys didn't know that, it is rich and it is luscious. Great art, different types of art, very just sexy art. That's where this painter was. But anyway, you are enjoying the work that you're doing. It's very nice to have that work and light or nightlife balance. Um, and you do that for 6 months before you walk into work one day and you get this assignment that says this other firm may want you and you can go there or you could stay here. Now it's your choice making time. Do you go to this other firm? Now, if you go to this other firm, you are going to become a museum curator. Now,
Mm,
if
Mm.
you stay though, you make more money and you also know that the person that you are apprenticing is going to retire and you're soon to get uh this job here in the firm that you're
mm,
working at already. And
mm,
with that, you're gonna get a pay raise. And this one is more esteemed. This one is like, there's a rich history behind it. But you're only the apprentice, and you really don't know when you're gonna move up into the next position. But if you go to this new firm is up and coming. Like they are barely at their roots, and they're trying to recruit whatever, and they see you, and they see that you have potential. So that's why they're going to give you that museum curator position. But unfortunately, since they're a smaller company, they won't be able to pay you as much. Do you take on this new position, or do you stay at this job?
Hmm.
Where's this new place located?
It is
Yeah.
also it is also in Seattle.
That's convenient, Gordon. Um,
How convenient. That's a little funny
mm,
because I used to host a podcast called How
yeah,
Convenient with Some
I wasn't really
Thought.
trying to make that joke. Um, see, because you said soon. It makes me feel like the person that we're under could be dying, and that's
Or retiring.
tragic,
Yeah.
but great for us.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just automatically went to death, but I mean, nevertheless, um, I don't know. Risk it on a new upstart. Stay over here where everything's fancy. It's like the difference between buying boxed wine and bottled wine. I kind of like
That's
bottled wine. I'm feeling like staying, Amelia, but what do you think?
I think I would feel like staying too, because I feel like I would know the work environment more, and if I feel
Yeah.
comfortable enough to stay, I would. That being said, too, if I could ask a question, how
Mhm.
are we as far as like socially
Oh,
in this
that's a good question.
workplace area?
Like, do you have like a lot of friends? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, and are we
Yeah,
like
dude.
respected as a in our position too?
Um, you aren't a name in the museum curator industry. Uh, but to be fair, is anyone really
No, but
in this
specifically, she asked specifically in our place of work. Like, do they like us? Do they at least respect what we do? Have we been doing a good
you
job?
you're kind of shy. You've
That
been
doesn't
working
sound like
there
me.
for 6 months, but yet you haven't made a friend yet. But it's also because the people that you're working with are, they don't really get you. They're a little bit older. Like, and when I say a little bit older, since you're 22 and a half, maybe 23, depending on when you were born. So since you're 23, you are maybe 15 years younger than most of these people that you work with, and so they don't
Mhm.
really get that you're a hip person. Um, so it's a it. Do you have a lot of friends at your job? No. Are you respected? Some people know who you are, but that's only the people that you work directly with. Um, but as far as like, do you have your own parking space? No.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. All right.
I'm still kind of leaning towards staying. It's
Okay.
kind of where I'm leaning, but you can decide.
I'll support the staying. Yeah.
Very well. So the decision has been made. You are going to stay at the firm that you're currently at, and you tell your boss, and your boss is elated. He is like, "I'm so happy you're staying. You have potential in this company, um, and we're excited to see what you do with that potential." Um, 1 month later, and guess what, guys? It's the holidays. It's the holiday party. Yet you don't really know anyone, um, and so you're kind of wondering if you should go. You ask your boss, the museum curator, if they're going, and the museum curator goes, "I wish I could, but uh my husband's uh business or job is having their holiday party, and I already said I was going to that one, so I'm not gonna be going to this one. So it's like you're saying to yourself, "Great, I am not going to know anyone going here." Um, so we have ourselves a little decision making time. Do you go to this holiday party or do you stay at home?
Is there Wi-Fi at the holiday party?
Ooh.
Yes, because the holiday party is going to be at the firm that you work at. So you're familiar with everything that's going to be there. It's just going to be some eggnog, some cookies, and some like maybe some like hard liquor here and there, like maybe some rum for your nog, or some whiskey, maybe some wine, perhaps like a beer, but it's gonna be a very tame party. Or you could stay at home.
Hey, a minute. Can we have a quick meeting really quick? Just the two of us. Hold on.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I was thinking about it, and I feel like the party, right? He said there's alcohol there. Now,
Mhm.
if we've only been here 6 months, let's say we don't really have a lot of funds to spend on frivolous things. Think we could
Mhm.
grab a few of these alcoholic bottles and just kind of sneak them back?
Absolutely. And I'm not sure if you're aware of the French exit, but it's more
Oh
about making
yeah,
an appearance of like 20 to 30 minutes and then just dipping.
true. That's
Yeah,
true. I think
I'm
that'll work. I
fully
think
on
that'll
board
work.
with this.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
Hey, Gordon.
Yes,
I think we're gonna go to the party.
you're
Yep.
going to the party. Okay, the choice has been made. You go, what the heck? I'm gonna go to the party. Maybe this is an opportunity to meet some of the other people and perhaps make a friend or two. So you dress up
Still
and you're
alcohol.
looking like a real E7 on the vending machine because you are a snack. And so you go to the party, and the party, when I tell you, is whatever. But the amount of booze that's there is a little bit more than you were expecting. It is a full bar affair, but guess what? Because you're working with a bunch of old 35-year-olds and 36-year-olds and 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds, it is they are very tame. They're all drinking like like old people drinks, like Manhattans or gimlets. They don't even an eggnog, but without alcohol, and it's like real boring. And it's like, ugh, I can't believe I came here. Yet the boss, the president, makes an announcement, and that announcement is huge. So he goes, everyone, I think it is no, there's no better time than now to announce that we have a a a deal, an agreement with the very up and coming artist that remember I was talking to you about earlier. You could have interned with them, but you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're bigger. So now they have an exclusive agreement, a deal that the artist will be making art specifically for the firm to push out and get paid for that art to be put wherever, and then that firm will be pushing that art all over the country. So this is huge for both sides, and everyone will know that this firm is the exclusive owner of this person's art, and everyone goes crazy. It is a huge deal. You're
Mm,
excited. You're so hyped because you're like, wow, you really like his brush strokes. And you are so elated as well.
Mhm.
And you're standing there and you're like, wow, that's fun. You know what? This is a little moment for me to get myself a little drink. So you go to the bar. You go to the bar and you order a drink. And you order your favorite drink out there. Do you know what that drink is?
What is the drink?
It's your decision. What is your drink?
Okay. Side note. I'm
Mhm.
gonna go with whatever Denzel goes with because I'm not a good person to. Well, I don't know that many drinks. That's what I'm trying to say. I said I wasn't a good person. That's the part I was trying to get. So
And I do have quite the alcoholic past. So,
no,
hmm.
that's not what I was trying to say.
Oh no, I understand what you were trying to say, but that's basically what I was. That's exactly what I was saying. No, yeah, this is my area of expertise. So it's basically just like any drink. It can be any drink at all. Is what you're saying.
Yes.
You didn't even do the work and write down some options.
Right? Can I tell you? Can I tell you the truth? It doesn't.
Yeah.
This is the kind of like this choice making is kind of like a little added aesthetic. It's kind of like a Mad Libs. You write down what the drink that you're choosing to drink, but it doesn't affect
It has no
anything.
effect on the plot.
Yeah, you're just.
Got it.
It's just
Whiskey
something
sour.
that
I see.
it's
Whiskey
just something.
sour.
Whiskey sour. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted you to stop.
Okay. So the choice has been made. You order a whiskey sour. You go to the bartender and you go, "Excuse me, I will take a whiskey sour." And then out of the corner of your eye, you see someone go, "Well, finally, someone orders something not boring." And then they go, "I will take a double whiskey sour."
Is this
They
a
walk up.
competition?
I'm sorry?
Because if this is a competition, now I need a triple. I don't
No,
like
no,
this.
no.
I feel like
There's
this
no
person
triple.
just made us
I know
our bit.
There's
I
no
don't
triple.
like this at all.
exactly what
This is like
you're
when you're
saying.
like in the gym and you're on the treadmill and someone gets on next to you and they're running just a little bit faster. Like if you're going at 8, they go at 9 just to like look over at you and you feel like in your brain they're going slow ass. So you up it to 10. This is what I
Unfortunately,
feel like has happened. I need a triple.
are you changing the decision that you made in the past?
No person who moves their hair like they don't really have hair. But anyway, let's move on.
Okay. So you
And
ordered.
I wasn't implying that you move your head like someone who doesn't actually have long hair and they're wearing a wig. Nevertheless, let's move on. I also wasn't implying that you're a bald man underneath that, but let's go.
It'll be hard
Next
to, but
choice,
I will.
Gordon. Let's go.
I'm a consummate professional, and I'm going to continue. Anyway, so
Back of that wig isn't.
So they order a double whiskey and sour, and they walk up to you and they go, "You seem like a good time," and not in an unwoke way. It just seems like, and this is them talking. They say literally this: "You seem like a good time," but like not in like an unwoke way. I'm not trying to uh like harass you or anything like that. Um, like I'm not trying to insinuate that you're like I'm not trying to harass you sexually. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say is that you seem more fun than these people who are drinking really boring drinks. You have a very fun drink, and so that means that you must be a fun person. That's what I meant when I said you seem like a good time or a fun time. I'm talking too much. Hi, I'm Gordon Del Toro. I am that artist that I mentioned or that your boss mentioned before. Pleasure to meet you. And you can't even pick up your jaw from the floor. You are awestruck. You are meeting a celebrity. Gordon Del
Named
Toro is
Gordon.
the biggest our up and coming artist. Uh like and you're so excited. You are like uh I'm and then Gordon Del Toro says, "Say no more. You are fun and I'm I need to get to know you more. What do you do? What do you do for this firm?" And you say, "I am the apprentice to the museum curator, so I assist them in term in like in so that I can learn from them, so that I can become the museum curator here." And so
Mhm.
Gordon Del Toro goes, "Oh, that's cool. So so you kind of are coming up in the world of art, huh?" And then you go, I'm just trying, I just got out of school, so, I'm really happy to be in this position to potentially get my dream job." And then Gordon Del Toro goes, "Wow, that's so interesting. You are very interesting." And then you go, "Really, me? I'm interesting? I'm just a plain person, I don't think I'm very special." But then Gordon Del Toro goes, "No, you are very special. You're so interesting. You are the most interesting person that I've met, and I look forward to working with you because you get to pick my or your boss gets to pick my art. Um, but you know what? How about How about you just skip that? Like, do you have extra time? Would you like to be my assistant as well?" Um, and then you're like, "Oh my god, are you serious? I'm not even like a painter. I just did art history to 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 do museum curating. I don't I don't know what like I like art, but I don't paint or anything." And then Gordon hushes your lips. He goes, "Shh." And you're like, and he goes, "Art is not about paint strokes or brush strokes. Art is about the heart, and you seem like you have a lot of heart. So, guys, you have a choice to make. Do you take on extra responsibility?"
What were the choices again? Because
Um,
that was a lot of dialogue.
it is it only gets thicker from here. So, Amelia, I
I don't
didn't
like
even
the
say the
words you're
choices.
using.
Here's the choices that you have. Do you take on the extra responsibilities and you become his assistant? Or do you turn it down, Gordon Del Toro?
Can I just say that thus far, this dialogue reminds me of two different things. One, a Lifetime movie in which this Gordon person, because of course he's gotta end up this way because his name is Gordon, but it's like some crazy psycho person who's like kind of like obviously the creep vibes are there, but like he's a little crazy, and I get that vibe. But at the same time, it just some of it is awfully parallel to the horrible movie and book that came out called 50 Shades of Grey. There's something
I'm
that's
sorry,
very
that was
similar.
horrible.
Yeah, Gordon. Actually, just really quick, really just give us just 1 minute. Yeah. Anyway, Amelia, it just feels like I don't know. It's just the Seattle setting, and I think Gordon is really weird. And now I'm talking about Gordon, not just this Gordon. I think he's odd for writing himself into the story, but nevertheless, we'll get him back on so we can decide. I just wanted to tell you that without him being present and hearing any of it. But yeah, let's just get back to him. Yeah, no, I just feel like that's what I think that stuff is. But I don't know, Amelia. Which one would you go with? Gotta set
If
aside the
it
creepy.
was exactly, if it was exactly word for word how you were saying it, and that was what they were telling each other. I think for the purposes of the story and where I want to see this going, I think I would say to take the extra responsibility. I know exactly what you're doing, Gordon. I remember playing a game like this on my iPod back in high school, so I'm aware of what's happening.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just want to watch a. I just want to make a horrible Lifetime film. So let's go with it. Let's go ahead and go with the creepy character named Gordon.
Okay. Well, the choice has
Does
been
that
made.
Gordon also wear a horrible wig and lie to people like he's not bald? And I say also not because I'm attempting to reference the fact that that's also you. But I was just wondering.
It's not me. I'm Gordon Joseph Levitt, and this person who just so happens to have the same first name as me, but like that, Gordon is a very common name. Gordon Hayward.
Name.
Well, we shared the same name, so you're a whore. The choice has been made, and you say, yes, I would love to be your assistant. And Gordon Del Toro says, great. And just to let you know, I'm not some crazy character. This isn't a Lifetime movie where, and he literally says this. It's so funny. This isn't like a Lifetime film. I'm not gonna murder you or anything like that. I'm not crazy. I'm just an eccentric artist. You know how artists are. They're always eccentric, and they're like yeah, they're artistic, and like that's hot, and I'm hot. I mean, he doesn't say that he's hot, but like he's hot. He's so hot. He's so hot. But you're also a professional. You're also a professional, and so you
Doesn't sound like it.
you go, okay, I gotta be professional and not think of you as some hunk, which you are, Gordon Del Toro. So anyway, you start working with him, right? And the first time you work with him, he's like, we're not painting yet. Shh, we're not painting yet. We are going to see art.
Touching.
And so yeah, he's one of those artists, And so you guys go to a museum, and he's breathing in the world, and you are in awe of him, and he's describing feelings and emotions, and he's anything that you've thought about art, he's saying it. Like, you're like, wow, we are so in tune. And he asks you, like, he's like, you know what, I'm gonna write down my thoughts about this specific art. And he does. And then he asks you, what do you think about this art? And then you go, I think it's nice and neat and cool. And then he goes, wow.
Here's the school and 6 months on the job, and nice, neat, and cool is all we can come up with, huh? Anyway, nevertheless.
Something to point out.
He goes, wow. And then he shows you the note.
Couldn't even throw an exquisite in there.
No, he doesn't talk like that. He's up.
I'm talking about us. Nevertheless.
He shows you his note, and he wrote 3 words on it: nice, neat, cool. And then you go, whoa! Like I didn't expect us to say the same to describe this art in the same way. That's interesting. And then he shows you the backside of that piece of paper where there's a little quote that says, "That's interesting," with a little like, oh, like you know how like people write like a little like a, a slash or a dash, and then like the person who said it, he does that, and it says you, and so you're taken back, and you're like, wow. Not only can he read my mind, well, he could just read my mind. The other part comes in later. But anyway, you guys work together.
Very intuitive.
You do your 9 to 5, and then you go 5:30 to 9:30 with Gordon Del Toro. You take a half hour, for like a dinner break or whatever. Even though he always has charcuterie.
You right, Gordon?
um, I I I
That
choked on.
professionalism's really showing. You choked
Yeah.
the liquid wine that you've been drinking?
I'm sorry.
Nothing, Gordon. I'm trying to figure out why your hair and beard don't match, but nevertheless,
Rude. I dyed my hair, and I just keep doing it. But anyway, he even though he always has charcuterie around, and you're always uh full. Like you eat your dinner and then you snack on charcuterie, and it's really good charcuterie. It's like prosciutto, and it's like jamon from Spain. You have your manchego cheese and your brie cheese, and the brie's paired with these pears that are really good. There's Marconi almonds, and then there's
I don't like
mascarpone
nuts.
cream. I'm sorry, you don't like nuts?
No.
Okay, well you eat them in this book. And you're not, if you're allergic, you're not allergic in this book, so it's fine, and you eat them. And one day he's painting, and he slaps down his brush and he goes, I don't have this right. And you go, what's wrong? And he goes, wait, stand right there.
I don't like where this is going.
This light hits you beautifully. And this is so much inspiration. So Gordon Del Toro, he starts painting, and then he sets down the brush and he goes, I'm done. And then he flips it around, and what you see is it brings out this feeling in you. It's like butterflies, and your heart starts beating fast. It doesn't look like you at all. It's not a person. It's just feelings. Like imagine like I pushed you in your chest, like, and you lose the air in you. It's like that. You're like, and you see it, and you start getting horny, and it's beautiful art. And he says, you are my inspiration for this art, and it's amazing. Now, you have this feeling in your tummy. You have this urge.
You just went from like such adult content to really childish vernacular, but okay.
Well, guess what, Denzel? You have a choice to make. Do you rush
Ooh, what a surprise.
Gordon Del Toro, or do you hold back?
So, this is the part where the app asks you to pay for not holding back, but then the cheaper option would be to walk away. Yeah. know exactly. I know exactly what you stole this from.
Ah, I didn't steal this from shit.
It's not cursing is not very professional, Gordon. So Amelia, are you saying that we should be professional and withhold our non-gender specific characters' goodies to themselves?
Absolutely, because we never pay for in-app purchases.
This
I
isn't
respect
an
that.
app.
We're not going to pay for the in-app purchases, so we're going to keep our non-gender specific characters' goodies to themselves.
Okay. A choice has been made.
Dun,
He
dun,
wants.
dun.
He wants
I'm
us.
sorry. It seemed like you needed dramatic music, Gordon. I thought
No,
that
it's
you might have
fine.
had this prepared, but just
It's.
more and more, it just reminds me that you're not Steve. But anyway,
I'm not.
yeah,
I'm
Steve would
Gordon.
have music playing because he's extra. But anyway, keep it going, Gordon.
Okay. Well, Gordon Del Toro walks up to you. He takes your hair and he like brushes it behind your ear, and then he goes in for the kiss, and then you put your finger in between his lips. Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn to hush him and to stop him. And you go, I can't do this. And it's like, I'm 23 and I have, my job. Is this what you wanted from me? Did you just ask me to be your assistant so that you could sleep with me? I'm not that person. I have integrity and
Mm.
I have dreams and I want to be a museum curator, and I don't want to be known as just the artist's muse. And Gordon Del Toro goes, if you wish, I have to respect your decision. And you leave. And it's hard because you feel it there. You feel this connection, but you have to be professional. You have to be professional.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really awkward. You're no longer his assistant, but you're just the apprentice, and that's fine. So you don't see him often. You just see him around. I mean, and also you're not the assistant because he fired you because you didn't put out. No, you quit because you were like,
Okay.
this didn't feel right, and so you just see him passing by in person whenever you're at work. And one day, he comes in with this super sexy woman, and he's got his hand at the small of her back, and he is like telling everyone like, hey, this is Estefania, this is my girlfriend, and like, she's super hot and she's a model, and she's my girlfriend. And you're like, that's fine, whatever. Like, he just uses hot women or whatever, except for, I'm just a regular person. I'm just me. Um, but then
Chilling, non-gender
yeah,
specific.
yes,
Exactly.
very
Exactly.
non-specific. And part of you keeps seeing this girl, and it makes you angry because it's like, okay, did he really ever like me like that or what? And then you start
Mm.
realizing that, like, oh my goodness, I might be jealous. So you one day, and it's, guess what, guys? It's 4 months later. It's 4 months later, and you're tired of seeing this. And there's a party. There's like a little social event, and so he's there, and you're there, and everyone else is there too, and his girlfriend's there. But you ask Gordon Del Toro, you go, can I talk to you real quick? And then he goes, yeah, sure. And so you guys step into the janitor's closet, and you just start reaming into him. Did you just pick him, or did you just get this girl Estefania to make me jealous, or what? Because you parade her around, and it's kind of bullshit. And I'm really pissed off. and like Gordon's trying to put an edge. He's trying to say something, and you won't let him get a word in edgewise. You're just reaming into him. You're saying, you just think you're this hot. You just think you're this hot artist, and then he goes, "Stop it!" Now he's got not just one finger. He's got 5 fingers on your mouth, and he goes, "I can't stop thinking about you. I got this girl because I thought this was going to take my mind off of you. She's great. She's an astronaut and she's hot, supermodel. But guess what? Guess what? She's not you." And then
Yeah, she's
you
Estefania. Duh.
Yeah, she's just whatever Estefania. And so you guys just start, making out super hard, and it's hot and it's passionate, and it's like super hot, and it's like it takes both your breaths away, and then you're like, I what are we even doing here at this event? And he goes, "You're right." And so you get out of the janitor's closet, and then you just start walking out. And then he also gets out of the janitor's closet like 10 seconds later, and he starts walking out. He tells Estefania, "I have hot diarrhea, and so I need to go home before I shit myself." And she goes, "But there's toilets here." And he goes, "I think we should break up." And so he just leaves. He leaves. And she's just there. She just stays there. And she's like, "What just happened?" It started off with him just saying, I have diarrhea. And then it goes into, you want to break up with me? Like, that's so confusing. Are you breaking up with me for diarrhea? She's so confused. She's so confused because she's thinking because he has diarrhea, they can't be together. But it's like, no, you could have diarrhea and still be with someone. But she doesn't put those two together. She's just like, fine. Like, I'm confused, but I'll live. Meanwhile, Gordon Del Toro and you go back to his place, and oh my goodness, he throws you over the bed. He starts unbuttoning his, well, first off, he takes off his knit sweater. Well, before that, he unbuttons his cardigan. He unbuttons his cardigan.
His cardigan was buttoned?
Yes, he has buttons on his cardigan.
Open and all this.
He unbuttons his cardigan.
Buttoned? Game over for me.
He
Sorry,
unbuttons his cardigan, and then he takes off his sweater. Then
wait. He had a sweater underneath the cardigan?
Yeah. It's cold. It's chilly in Seattle. And then he takes off his scarf. And then
so he has a sweater, a cardigan, and a scarf.
Well, wait, why didn't you take off the scarf first?
He was really he was really excited. So he wasn't thinking. You don't think in the furrows of love, Amelia.
It's probably the problem.
Let me start over again.
No.
Buttons his cardigan.
Get to the choice. Get to the choice.
Takes off his sweater. Then he undoes his scarf. Then he unbuttons his shirt. Then he takes off his undershirt. And underneath that is the sexiest body. It is chiseled like marble, like a Greek god. He is hot and he's artistic. And he he puts back on his scarf. And he's even hotter and even more artistic now. and then he takes off his pants, and then underneath that he has like those like long johns, so he takes that off, and then he's got these hot tidy whities, and he pulls those down to reveal the most spectacular cock, and he he and you start embracing.
I need a minute. I need a minute.
Yes.
I need a minute. I don't. You know what's crazy? Like, we gave Steve so much shit all the time, right?
Exactly.
Just for his ideas, sometimes crashing and burning in the most hilarious ways, for just kind of being an all around goof. But like, Jesus fucking Christ, what are we doing
Like
here?
that level of erotica right now.
Yeah. I also just feel like Gordon's writing weird, like, you know that Beatrice character, the person from the show. I just feel like he's writing weird fan fiction about how he wished their relationship worked out.
Oh, that would make a lot of sense. That would make
Hey,
a lot of sense.
Gordon needs help. Gordon.
Absolutely.
I never thought I'd say this. I really want Steve back. Sorry, Gordon. We got disconnected. Something happened.
Well,
yeah,
that's okay.
You're talking about
Yeah.
the choice. So, what choice do we have for this one
You don't
here?
have a choice just yet. The choice.
You're still telling the story.
Yes. So
Got
you
it.
start kissing, and it's hot, and you feel this what feels like a
Well, he
third
had like
leg on
16
you.
layers of clothes on.
Well, he took off all the layers. You guys are making out right now, and he's hard.
But he still has a
Del
scarf
Toro
on.
is so hard, and you start stroking his dick, and it's hard. And
One more time. I'm sorry, Amelia. This is
Yep, that's fan fiction. That is absolute.
Listen, I'm normally so cool about most of these conversations. I know they're not like typically the things that like interest some people, but I love a good coitus copulation talk. It's fun sometimes. But something about Gordon's voice. Something about his voice that's making it really hard for me, and the fact that he keeps trying to pretend like that's his hair and not a wig, doesn't even move like real hair.
Yeah.
He said there's a whole nother week of this.
I hope
there's a
not.
whole nother week of this.
I really hope not.
Okay.
All right. Are we ready to jump back in?
Freaking Gordon, it's crazy, man. It just keeps getting you out of here right at the good parts. Anyway.
Okay. So, all right. Where I was. Okay. So, it's so big. You're stroking it, and you're gauging it with your hands, and you're like, this is too. I wish I could blow this, because like it's nice and hard, but my mouth is too small. And so he goes, it's okay. He already knows what you're thinking. He goes, let me just put it in you. And he then
makes me feel like he doesn't know what he's doing, but okay.
He then puts it in you, and he's thrusting, and it's hot, and you guys are sweaty bodies, and you guys are one. You were two people, and now you're one, and it's love, and it's hot, and it's sexy, and he's thrusting, and he's like, oh yeah, and then you're like, oh, Gordon Del Toro, yes, Gordon Del Toro,
whole name, right?
and then he's like doing it, and then you're doing it, and you guys are both doing it, and it's hot, and you like it's happening, and he's like,
He still has a
or
scarf
you're
on.
like, oh, Gordon Del Toro, please, Gordon Del Toro,
Um,
and then he goes, oh yeah, I'm gonna come, and you're like, oh please, yeah, come, I'm already there too, I'm almost there, and you guys are like, and then he's like, or Gordon Del Toro's like, oh yeah, let's come together, and then you're like, yeah, all right, so like.
right before that climax, I just want to make a quick point. Do you think that everyone else isn't here because they asked Gordon what he wanted to do, and he gave them some sort of like? I know Adam had to have, I just gotta be why nobody else wanted, and we just happened to not. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I think they were brave enough to ask for like a snippet of what Gordon wanted to do today, and I think they made the amazing executive decision to not
True.
on the show, and I just this is what I get for being a fluid person, for being so flexible for this show.
Yeah, a team player.
Ooh, yes.
Dealing with weird Gordon. Sorry, Gordon. The internet again, man, it's crazy.
Oh, you guys are fucking. You're fucking, and you're about to come.
Right back
and
into it.
He's also about to come, and then you go, oh, don't. You're like, oh, Gordon Del Toro, and then he goes, oh, Beatrice, ah!
Just like in the adult films.
And there's cum everywhere. The world is his canvas, and his cum is the paint, and he made a Van Gogh, and it's art, and it's hot, and you guys hold each other, and you have to make a choice right now, because he asks, oh my god, that was the best lovemaking I've ever had. Do you want to go again? So your choice is, do you have sex again? Or do you stop?
I think I'm going to speak on behalf of everyone watching, which is only a small amount of person. No.
I just want the record to just. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I just want it known there was 3. There was more than there was 3, and now there's 1. You can deal with that information.
That one,
whatever you want.
One person is super into this. Okay, that person is hot. But they're bothered.
I don't know if that's a compliment, but all right. So Amelia, you can. I feel like I know where you're gonna go decision-wise. I support it. Go ahead.
Yeah, we are definitely stopping here.
Yeah.
Once was enough. So much excitement can only happen one night.
Okay.
Too much of a good thing is bad for you.
There it is. Thank you.
All right then. So a choice has been made. You go, Gordon Del Toro, that was the best love of my life too, but you wrecked my body hole.
Had a feeling. I had a feeling it was going here.
Yeah. And it's gonna need some time.
Yeah.
Before you wreck it again, but please know you will be wrecking it again.
Hey, I was just thinking, like, and I don't know if this is wrong, but like, I don't think men should be allowed to make these sorts of stories. It just something about it. Everything just seems wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I like
Absolutely.
it. Let's go ahead
100%
and
agree.
bring Gordon back. Hey,
Hey,
Okay,
this
we're
hey.
almost at the finale, guys. We're almost done.
Oh.
Unfortunately, because I've had the most fun time doing this with you guys.
that's
Mhm.
one.
So
Yeah.
he goes, "Very well, my love.
Mm,
I will let you heal. I will let you."
mm,
I, I will let your
mm,
body whole.
mm.
Yeah, I see you're feeling tired out too, Denzel. Your body
No,
hole has
no,
has been wrecked.
no,
No,
no.
absolutely
There's a lot
not.
of things. There's a lot of words. Once again, to harken back to an earlier comment I've made that I want to use. None of them are synonymous with the words you just strung together. So just wrap up your little
Yeah.
story, Gordon.
Okay, very well. Well, he says, you know, we've worked together for like or we've been in each other's lives for 5 months. It's May. Um, but I know, I know what this is, what I'm feeling. I love you. Now, your choice is, do you say you love him back, or do you say you you're not ready to say that yet?
Are we still 22, 23 at this point?
You are 23.
Mm. I'm gonna go with the no. Kind of feel like starting drama now.
My silence was agreeing with her, Gordon. I just want this to end.
Oh, well, you say, all right, so a choice has been made, and it's very
Yeah.
sad. It's very, very sad because you say, I'm, it was, I don't know if what I'm feeling is love. It's passion. I know this for sure, and it's something I've never felt before in my life. But Gordon Del Toro, I don't, I don't think I love you. I don't know what this is. Um, and then Gordon Del Toro goes, "Wow, you don't know we made hot, passionate, bloody love. Um, the
Mm,
blood is because he wrecked your body hole." Um,
mm,
and he's upset, but still hot and artistic. And
mhm,
he goes, if you don't know after first mating, um, that you love me, then we can't be. And so,
Sounds like a needy bitch.
but he's artistic and he has so much heart, and he knows what he's feeling, and he's mature. He's 30. Yeah, he's 30. That's a
You
hot age.
30-year-old needy bitch.
Rude.
I
Um,
would say in the current world we live in, just to kind of be fair, I don't really care how people feel about it. But if Gordon, whatever the hell his full name
Gordon
is,
Del Toro.
yeah, who cares? Was a woman, they would call her needy. So I'm
Wow.
gonna call him a needy bitch
Wow. Okay, whatever. Like, okay, rude.
with
Anyway,
fake hair.
With fake hair.
Is he still
fine.
wearing the scarf, by the way?
Am I wearing a? No. Yeah. He's still wearing the scarf. Yes.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Okay.
Let's move
All right.
along.
Here's how it ends.
Yeah.
He goes, "We cannot be. You were my muse, and you're breaking my heart, and I
Oh.
can't be with someone who breaks my heart and who doesn't know as
Mm.
much as I do. I'm artistic. I'm hot, and I'm 30, and I'm going to
Mm.
change the world."
And then I'm
And
coming out. Starts playing, right?
he's
Right?
no, he is a passionate lover, and you shall not,
Bitch.
you, you shall not insult him. He is
You're doing that
leave
thing where
going.
you move
it.
your head again like someone who doesn't usually have hair that long.
He's sensitive,
Bitch.
and you
Yeah.
will respect that. And so he goes, "We cannot be," and it breaks your heart. It
Why? I don't love him.
no, but
You
because
don't love him. I don't love him.
you don't know you love him.
Then I walk out to the no, you're never gonna get it. But that playing through my head, right? Right? That's how this
No,
ends, right?
this is my story, and my story
But
says that
we
not
But
only
chose
we made the
everything.
choices.
yes, but it's my story still. And
I
here's
don't
the
think so.
consequences. Because guess what? You have 6 page returns, so you could change the outcome, but you choose not to. And so guess what? This is the choice that you're making. And do you know what that choice is? Do you know what that choice is? That choice is that art as a whole has
Actually, question: how
yes,
many choices have we made?
you made
Like,
like 9.
I don't think so. I don't think so. We made the choice to stay in school. Oh no, we made the choice to go passion, right? We made the
Yes.
choice
Uh-huh.
to stay in school and not do the internship. Then once we skipped ahead, we made the choice to not go to the other place and stay with our current firm. And
Mhm.
then we did. There was a lot of dialogue, and I have already started to kind of mind dump it out. But for the most part, I think we made another choice to have the drink. Chose a whiskey sour. That's
Mhm.
4 choices, and then we made the choice to go with him and be his assistant, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, and then we made the choice. Okay, maybe you're right, Gordon. I apologize. We might be about there.
Yes.
Did we get
You
6 apiece or 6 total?
6 total. You have to decide
That's
together.
unfair.
But guess what? Guess what? You have been art, the world of art, what you spent the
Mm-hmm.
last few years diving yourself
Mm-hmm.
into
Mm-hmm.
sickens you now. And so you are hurt by art. You can't even think of art, and you are in your apartment in Seattle, and you're trying to figure out, what do I do with my life
Is it
next?
raining? Because it's always raining in Seattle
It
in the
is
movies.
raining.
It is
It's
always
rain.
raining in
Right.
Seattle.
It's so Seattle. It is so Seattle right now, and you're
I love
drinking
that
coffee.
kind of weather.
It's
Mm.
very
Why aren't we
nice weather,
drinking hot
but
chocolate? It's a much more comforting drink, or tea.
it,
Coffee
no,
doesn't really
you're
make a lot of
drinking.
sense.
It's Seattle. It's Seattle. So you're drinking coffee. Okay, so you're drinking coffee.
Yeah, but
You're
we're
drinking
sad. That
coffee.
doesn't make
You're drinking
sense.
Oh, but like a
coffee. You're drinking
mocha.
I
We can
coffee.
feel
drink a
like
mocha.
yeah.
We can
Okay,
do
You're drinking.
a
You're
mocha.
drinking
concede.
coffee.
I can
Okay,
concede
so
to
you're drinking
mocha,
coffee. You're
but
drinking
a
coffee, and you're
mocha,
23 years
a
old.
mocha, a
You're
mocha.
drinking
Say
coffee, and you're
A
mocha.
23 years
mocha.
old.
Say we're
We
drinking a
chose
mocha.
You're drinking
a
coffee, and you're
mocha.
23 years old.
Say
You're
we're
drinking
drinking a
coffee,
mocha. We chose
and
mocha.
you're 23 years old.
We
A
both
mocha.
chose mocha.
You're drinking
Definitely
coffee,
a mocha.
and you're 23 years old.
It is
A mocha.
coffee.
You're drinking coffee,
We just want
and
you
you're
to say
23 years
mocha.
old.
We want it to
Yeah, it's
specifically be
coffee.
mocha.
You're drinking coffee,
We're drinking a mocha.
you're drinking coffee, and you're
We're
23
drinking a
years old.
mocha. We don't care what he says.
You're
Go
drinking
ahead.
coffee, and you're 23 years old.
Mocha.
So you're drinking
Awesome.
coffee, and you're
Next,
23 years
a
old.
mocha.
You're drinking coffee, and you're 23 years old, and so you're trying to
Coffee
figure out.
mocha.
You're trying to
Coffee
figure out
mocha.
as you sip your coffee, because you're 23 years old.
Mocha.
If we need to add more sugar.
What am I going to do with the rest of my life? Because I hate art and art history. And
Mhm.
You make the decision. I had two passions in my life, and now one of them has been ruined. So now I must go to the other passion, which was accounting. So you go
Oh
back
my
to school.
fucking god!
That doesn't
So
make
you
any
go.
sense. This is a
Does
You're
not
going
make any
back
sense
to.
at
You're going
all.
back to school to go to learn or to get your degree in accounting to become a CPA, and that's where part two will happen. Okay,
No,
part two is you going to accounting school. Okay, and we will end there. I want to thank you guys for being for choosing the adventure that we had. It was a fun adventure.
All right, Amelia, let's just go ahead and wrap this thing up here. You can go ahead and do your,
exactly.
pluggity plug plugs. I'll say mine. We'll go
All
ahead
right,
and just, you're
let's
much more
do
yeah,
it.
you're a lot savvier with this thing than I
All
am. I
right.
still know how to work this thing.
So, thank you guys for tuning in. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of Finger Guns, including Steven, that you had to sit through that. So, thank you
Yeah.
for sitting through that. You can follow me on Instagram at Caras de Amelia. You can follow me on Twitter at Amelia Whistles. Don't forget that Finger Guns also has a TikTok, which we are putting out little clips of the show. So don't forget to follow that. That's also Finger Guns Go, I believe. We'll put it up later. And again, I'm very sorry Gordon is here. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's leave it at that. I wonder if I could do this. How do I do it? There we go.
Hey. Yeah, so you guys can follow me as I've just left here as my name at Sir Suavemente at all the social medias. Well, it's really just two, so not all. It's Instagram and Twitter. And like Amelia, so I want to echo her sentiments of our profound apologies
Yep.
for Gordon. We really we try to block him out. Somehow he keeps getting in. I don't really know how. Maybe eventually we'll be able to get rid of him for good. We might have to enlist a woman who might be able to get him in line. Just stay tuned for that, maybe. But yeah, Amelia, let's just take us out. We've got a bunch of shows also, guys. During the
Yes.
week. I'm a little distraught right now. But listen, I don't know what's happening. We're just gonna apologize. We're also just gonna apologize also for everyone else that's not here.
Exactly. Like Ezra, where you can also
Ezra.
follow on
Yep.
Instagram as well at Lester Pips. Great funny guys. Definitely give them a follow.
Hilarious.
If you haven't done so already, Edward.
Absolutely. Shout out
is
to my
on
dog. I miss him.
Instagram. Exactly. Let's see who else we have here. Oh wait, Adam Armacias, who has not been here lately, but we love him so much, and we can't wait to have
Adam
everyone back on
Armac.
the show. Adam Armac, you can follow him there. Yes. And
I don't know if I want to shout out Steve just because he's the one that gifted us Gordon, but
this is true. Let's throw up his handle, which is at Steve_Sotelo. You can follow him on Instagram
if you want,
with caution.
Sure.
Let's see. We do have other shows. I think we have our fake news that happens on Fridays. Fake News Fridays. You can definitely tune into the Finger Guns handle.
Absolutely.
I do believe they do it through Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, probably Periscope, kind of like what we're doing here on this hour too. Yes, and don't forget to just follow us everywhere at Go Finger Guns.
Also, yep, I was going to make sure we got that one in there too. But bang, that's pretty much it. We lost Gordon. He's got disconnected, but it's all for the best. We're not gonna be able to do this as smooth as Adam R. Mack does when he walks us out, but we are gonna give you a couple of pow pows and a pew pew. But you guys have a good one. And once again, we're sorry.
We're very
So-
sorry. We're gonna make sure
so
this doesn't
sorry.
happen next week. Hopefully, hopefully you don't ever hear part 2. Hopefully you
Yep.
don't ever hear part 2.
But be easy,
Stay
guys.
safe
Have
out
a
there,
good one.
guys. Yeah. And without further ado,
That's it.